Mm, Okay, so basically, we want to get started off with Outlook in 2023 to 2090, and basically, we just getting started with what we talk about and what we acknowledge of, and what we're dedicated to in the future, and being able to process more of the future in the present day past now that we got more of a commercial history going on behind us, the community, the institution, majority of the companies that we endorse in, have a high representation of, that type of stuff that have republic, republic of, they have republic of districts, and it's pretty much where you're not just working with the capital district in particular, but dealing with the lieutenant districts that communicate with the capital district. So that's pretty much where you use your recommended skills to promote more of those imbalances. And this is just talking more of the positive career messages that you get explained to you, and being able to support more for the prefix of successors. And it's pretty much all I can help with that you can keep up with in the future. Being able to have more of a 10th grade acknowledgement of a level of questioning being asked to you. Being able to understand a high grade question from a low grade question, whether if it was a little kid or adult at the time. You soon realize that both ask similar questions, but the little one won't be as advanced as it's possibly would be. And that's basically where you go to the adult, and the adult has bigger informative questions with that acknowledgement. And it's pretty much dealing with bigger, it's dealing with much bigger urbanized, landscaped intelligence at the time. Is older than 13, 20, 13 years and 20 months, or 20 weeks. So yeah, that's just dealing with 2023 to 2090 of Outlook. As you get more prone to knowing what a W-4 is, or what a W, or what invoice is, or what a FAFSA is. That's pretty much dealing with the normal resources of the daily life of a successful passenger in today's day of Z71, AT4, Denali, and Cadillac, and Yukon XL. And it's pretty much where you're using 2020 with 2024 editions of a new truck. And it's pretty much where you want to be able to use that for at least having at least 358 months of experience of work under your belt. So it's pretty much using the companies that you advertise, and being able to promote those synonyms of those companies. And that's pretty much where you're using different promotions and subscriptions to describe the moment in social studies where you see those types of moments, and you can contribute and calibrate to those effects of those types of events. And it's pretty much where you're using more of events like Urban Music Festival, or the ACL, or South by Southwest. So that's just all types of Midwestern type expanded theories that go on in the greater Heather Wild areas in the Del Diamond districts. So it's pretty much working on an upgraded Little Stacy area where you can go live and stay and have a nice little lifestyle going for yourself. So that's pretty much what you're doing as you get more into the looks of the codes that go on while you're at those districts and departments. And whether it's food or you have a little vegetables with that, or you have population certifications as far as knowing proper automotive skills. It's produced and inspired by AutoZone. So it's pretty much where you're working on retail stores from Sears, Kroger's, Target, Sam's. Those are the main dealers of the detail at the hour. So that's pretty much sponsored by T-Mobile at the time. That's pretty much working with PMC 2 Squared's tax services, and being able to deal with $9,800 of tax, and being able to deal with that much money and knowing what to do with it is pretty much where you want to be able to sustain those measurements, and be able to combine like terms and use process of elimination majority of the time, and being able to use that of different figures, and being able to use it as a code as well. And not only as a money figure but a code, and being able to use different sets of the code is pretty much what we're learning at EcoHerb of Adobe and Outlook and Adobe Outlook and Comcast to be exact. And that's pretty much where you're bulking up $297 a video that gets promoted, and that's pretty much where you're getting your 500 dimes coming from. So that's pretty much how you get reference on that, and that's pretty much known as a tax reference. So it's pretty much known as what you would get from Western Union or MoneyGram as a money order, or pretty much in that degree of bank statements. So that's pretty much as you using more towards a reference note towards the networks that you provide and the cable that you resource and the websites that you detain is pretty much where you're using more of that investment that PMC 2 Squared offers, and being able to use it for use it for Comcast Grid 3898 times. And it's pretty much we're using units of dimes to promote that full detail. So that's pretty much we're using 552 different 50s to promote that detail, and that's pretty much where you're starting a $3 million department for yourself. And that's pretty much where you're starting to notice EcoHerb from EcoLeaf, and understand more what PMC 2 Squared is here to do on our Luxury Luck components. And it's pretty much where we're being able to do as much leisure work as possible, and being able to compete with New York, California, Nevada, and being able to become something of ourselves. Pretty much with UIL, All Point, All City, Max Preps, and Dave Campbell's, and Huddle is all about. So, that's pretty much what we wanted to be able to represent and, be able to propel the performance of, instead of it being 60%, we want to increase it into 398% to where we have max diversity and, be able to have max different performances, compared to that certain document of chapters. So, it's just basically working on multiple different diversities compared to a single chapter. So you have more than 638 different tones and shades to your capacity. So, that's pretty much working with $3 million of efforts at that time. So, it's pretty much where you getting more towards work for the next 630 hour, working on enterprise. And, that's pretty much, working with that subscription is pretty much what we're doing, as we're working on a group of at least 631 Yukons versus one Denali 18. And, it's pretty much where we're starting our look at enterprise holdings and, being able to have more towards that job career, and, being able to make more into the definition of the company is what I believed in, and, being able to have a philosophy and into the modern day goals that they have is pretty much what I produced and, enhanced in. So, their mitochondria level would be a high rate right now, just because it was more authorized to be more propelled in having particular models moved for the hour. So, that's just looking at the normal 1943 with 2023 of 2063. And, being able to look at the normal day of AMD speeds at the hour. So, it's pretty much where you're looking at the average day of 2020 as you start more of 2023 to 2063. And, being able to look at the last point of life as you get the older sex of a globalist. So, it's pretty much part of Leonardo da Vinci's Chronicle trilogies. So, it's pretty much where, he's looking at national security and he sees his biological chapters happening, and, you see a lot of that stuff, that good stuff. So, it's pretty much where you're just focusing back to the old days, and you have a newer urban revolution mindset with that as well. So it feeds the modern day environmental nutrition, and, being able to support a good mood for a good treat. So, that is basically what that does. So other than that, yeah, we're still working with Invoice, W2, W4, Fast for Workday, Adobe programs. We're doing majority of those things in EcoHerb of Luxury Luck companies, and it's pretty much where we're working on the main factors of the situation. So that's basically where you're starting the Outlook composites. It's basically where you're starting to outlook composites right there, and being able to look more into these factors and understanding more into your average day of how you want to work, and describe your payment options of $92.10, and being able to at least support that out of $900 max. So, that's at least 391 X's out of 3 X's that you got out of this whole video, out of process of elimination chambers. And, it's pretty much where it's focusing on more of rabbi code and more of if then statements and being able to support bigger dimensions as well. So that's pretty much where you're using a bigger form of diction to promote that detail that uses 207 different passages that was already registered, and being able to use more of their Adobe, Spotify, and Workday essentials is pretty much what we're using more of counterfeiting for these things that you see on a daily basis, and understanding more of everyday essentials of daily representation. So other than that, yeah, we're still talking about Harabai code and knowing the difference between a truth and a lie, and understanding more of the difference of what actually happened and what could have happened, and and what it looks like happened. It's basically you just serving the ifs and then statements of the situation, and understanding more of 1998 to 2033, and that's pretty much where you starting more promotions.